We'd like to acknowledge our presence here on the traditional territories of the Anishinaabeg and Wendat Nations in Clearview Township, on whose community we study, work, live, and play. Welcome, Ani, to our community members, our families, our school families, and our school board officials. We are here to celebrate the completion of our Project of Heart art installation.
Our celebration is a gesture of hope, healing, and reconciliation for the legacy of the residential schools. The semester 1, grade 9, 11 First Nations Métis Inuit study students completed the first phase of our artwork, and the semester 2, grade 11 FNMI study students connected the 2 semesters together with the Voice of Hope project.
The Stannard Collegian FNMI study students created this art installation as a gesture of hope, healing, and reconciliation from the legacy of residential schools. Each tile represents a survivor of the residential school system or a child that died in residential schools. From what we learned in class and what we researched about the legacy of residential schools, we modeled our tiles from the National Project of Heart campaign. Each tile is a creative artwork that shows our understandings, our emotions, and our hope for the future. As the semester 1 students worked on their tiles, we started to discuss and come up with the ideas of what to do with our tiles. Today, you will see and be a part of the completion in our vision of our Project of Heart.
Our Voice of Hope project brings both semester students' work together. We created tiles in semester 1 and 2, and created videos of our tiles' meanings, our understandings, and our messages of hope.
These messages are not just for the survivors of Indian residential schools, but all Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people. This is a voice of hope for our collective future.
Some videos have already been uploaded to our Project of Hope YouTube channel, and you will see a compilation of our videos this morning.
It's not working.
Twist away, longing to live the truth of her people and her ways. Stored tightly.
They had no freedom. I feel bad for them, and I just wish that everything could be better.
Girl with wisdom to share will be silenced no more.
I drew a heart with an infinity sign to represent infinity love.
We just wanted to clarify the importance of the Aboriginal people. They were the first people of this land, and it goes back for thousands of years. They were the first here, and we just want people to understand the respect that they deserve and the compassion that we should be giving them.
No matter what, there will always be light even in the darkest times.
We want to help guide our fellow humans on their journey through healing.
Students will now complete our permanent artwork and hang tiles onto our medicine wheel.
Ani bonjour. Raven indigenous cause. Because you know don't jabal you dora megwan do darja wanang simple so zagoni optigo and don't you nenda manishna do yam. Good morning. I thought I might provide a little bit of music as our students hang the tiles, and out of the many, many songs that we could choose to sing, I think that this particular one might be most appropriate. So as we witness the hanging of the tiles, I'd like to do a song. Hopefully you can hear it.
everyone could please stand for this part of the ceremony.
If students wouldn't mind and guests removing their glasses as well as part of a smudge is to cleanse your eyes, so when it does, keep them on, and when it does arrive at you, if you're being smudged, if you could remove your glasses, that would be very respectful. Thank you.
We'd like to call upon our Vice Principal, Miss Prairie, to say a few words.
Good morning. I'd like to ask Superintendent Finlayson, to come on up for a minute.
So good morning, Stayner Collegiate. Thank you very much for the invitation to this special event. As Vice Principal Prairie said, my name is Stuart Finlayson, and I'm a Superintendent of Education in a different district of the school board, but we all look after other parts of our school board and project work, and I have the absolute honor and privilege of looking after our Aboriginal education. So it is my pleasure to introduce a few other important folks that have joined us today and taken the time, and I think when you recognize that there are 5 of us from the board and the senior administration here, I think it speaks to the importance of the work you have done here. We would take time to venture over and join you. So I would like to introduce your local trustee, Ms. Chandler, who is with us this morning. I'm the most important person to support my work, a principal of First Nation Meeting and Education, Ms. Lisa Wanchuk. Your local superintendent of education, Ms. Kavanaugh. I'm sure some of you have seen her in your building before, so she is here joining you today. It is now my pleasure to introduce our First Nation trustee. My apologies, Dan. Mr. Daniel Schilling. Daniel is a member of the Rama First Nation, the Chippewas of Rama, who reside just outside of the city of Orillia on the north shores of Lake Couchiching. And Dan would like to bring some greetings on behalf of First Nation communities as well as the board of Simcoe County Trustees. Dan?
Anin, bonjour. Wasade Dishnakas, Ramadonjaba. Good morning. Thank you, Stu. It is my privilege to be here today. As Stu said, I'm a member of the Chippewas of Rama First Nation. I'm the appointed trustee on behalf of the Chippewas of Rama and the Chippewas of Beausoleil First Nation. We have a seat at the board by virtue of our tuition agreements we have with the Simcoe County Board. I've been involved with the board since about 1995 when I returned back home to become the senior First Nation manager back in Rama, and I've been involved with the Native Advisory Circle that I think has been around for about 30 years. And it goes back to the outstanding work that the County of Simcoe and the relationship that it has with the two local First Nations, which is long-standing and outstanding. First of all, let me commend you for the outstanding work that you did today. It's phenomenal, and it's important. It's part of healing. It's part of reconciliation. It's part of us coexisting as people from different backgrounds and different races. But we're all equal and we're all the same. Residential schools have had a different effect on every First Nation in this country. There are 556 First Nations in Canada, 134 in Ontario. When I think of the residential school and how it affected me as a child growing up, Lisa and I are neighbors. Lisa and I are both from Rama. We grew up together. We remember when our community had nothing. We remember when our school closed in 1963. I think I started school in 1965. Lisa might have been shortly after that. We also went to public school with Stuart. So we have a long relationship with Superintendent Finlayson. And I remember going to high school and seeing my first other visible minority person. And he had a nickname in school. I had a nickname in school. You couldn't say those things today. It's funny how things have changed. I've also, when you look at what does it mean to us, and I'm sure you've come across it in your studies, my community was part of a bigger community, and we occupied Coldwater in the lands between Orillia and Midland. And we were one big community with the Chippewas of Georgine Island, the Chippewas of Beausoleil, and the Chippewas of Rama. But they moved us in 1836. It's part of the genocide that went on. They broke up our community, which was a vibrant, strong, and large community. And they moved the Chippewas. Chief Ascents went to Beausoleil. Chief Snake went to Georgina and Snake Island. Chief Yellowhead went to Rama. And the unique thing about my community is that we were given, those other communities were given blocks of land. They were put on islands. We were given money to purchase land because there were already settlers in our area. So we have a checkerboard. We have about 7 parcels of land, which makes it unique, unique to manage. And a lot of the land we had, I think we were farmers, but the land we moved to, you couldn't grow anything on it. We had a lot of sick people in our community because of the water quality that we had in our area. But through economic development, our community has been very successful, to the point where we probably are one of the more successful First Nations in all of Canada, which has allowed me to travel and to see different parts of the country and take part in business opportunity. We were approached in the early 2000s by the Samson Cree and Alberta band, who had oil, we're an oil-rich band, and they approached us about investing in a casino property that went into receivership. And it was the Tanaha community of British Columbia, which is just outside of Cranbrook. And they opened up a hotel, which was a successful Delta hotel. It had a small casino, and it had a small golf course. And it was built in a residential school that closed in 1970. And the community at the time said that we want to take this place of devastation and we want to turn it into a place of celebration. And they ventured into the hotel, gaming, and golf business. Unfortunately, they went into receivership. But the Samson Cree and our nation invested in this community to bring it back. Today, it's a successful property. It's the 3rd largest employer in the region. Our partnership was 16 years. The local community has the opportunity to buy us back and get their property back. So we're excited that it's been turned around, and it's now a place of a central focus of that community, and a central focus of their healing. So when I look at the residential school, like I said, it impacts every community differently, but the bottom line is it has the same effect. There's a lot of healing that has to take place. but it's events like this that help that. And I just want to give you all the greatest thanks and miigwech for the great work and the great experience that I hope that you'll understand that there's a lot of healing still to happen in our community. We are still subjected to second and third generation of social dependency, whether it's alcoholism or whether there was sexual abuse. It takes many, many generations and many cycles for that to go away. But we're getting there. And our communities are vibrant and our communities are stronger today. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here today, and congratulations for a job well done. Miigwech.
I'll make it short again. Superintendent Finlayson, is there anything else that you wanted to say? So I want to thank everybody. I know that our students and our teacher, Mr. McNay, has worked very, very hard on this project. And as we can see, it's beautiful, and it will be here for many generations yet to come to view when they come into the library, our makerspace, and look at this and ask questions and say, what is this? So it is something that will be here for a very long time. So what I'd like to do now is say thank you very much. We have some students who would like to come and do a little bit of a wrap up for the speeches.
We would like to thank Raven Murphy, all the guests, and the speakers for their involvement in the Project of Hope ceremony.
Not only does the ceremony show respect for the First Nation people, but it acknowledges the struggles that they have endeavored in many different forms.
In recognition of the residential school students, we hope we can move forward together as one united nation and continue to spread hope to all the residential school survivors. Thank you.
Okay, so that concludes our celebration. There's refreshments over there if anyone would like, and thank you very much, if that's still on.
Does anyone want to be in a picture with the art project? That'd be great. We're going to get a couple of students in. We're going to get a couple of students. Oh, they want to pick one.
It was on. It was No, it's a video. Yeah.
pleasure to meet you.